Hi, this is Anu again here. My actual name is Annika, but when I was a child my parents called me Anu. So that's what I call myself in my YouTube channel. Anu. Hi, Anu. This is me, if you were wondering, because sometimes if I call myself Annika here, so I just wanted to explain the confusion. Today I wanted to talk about my latest medical treatment, that is the shot that I got 2 days ago that my oncologist ordered. So if you're not aware of, I have stage 4 breast cancer that has moved, that has metastasized to my spine. And currently I am getting chemotherapy for treating the cancer, plus a bunch of other medications, 10 plus medications to deal with all sorts of other issues like pain and side effects from chemo, etc, etc, etc. So one of the maybe most dangerous side effects that the chemo has is that it's causing me to have severe anemia, because there are some chemo treatments that do not let the bone marrow to create red blood cells, and as a result your body doesn't have enough red blood cells. And so hemoglobin basically shows what's going on with your red blood cells. And I'm not going to go into why you need red blood cells. You obviously do need it, but I'm just going to give you like in a ballpark. The average person has to have about 11 to 14 units. My blood, my hemoglobin hasn't shown higher than 9 units, at least, well, over a year now. Initially it was 9, it kept on 9 for about a half a year, and then it started dropping, and I received blood transfusions last year to deal with this anemia. I also had cancer in my bone marrow, which additionally made the situation worse, in a sense that so chemo plus the cancer in the bone marrow both had the same effect of reducing the ability of my bone marrow to create red blood cells. All right, but as I started getting chemo that worked, actually the cancer kind of effect to my bone marrow reduced, and actually the decrease in my hemoglobin slowed down. And that actually showed it was a good sign, showing that the chemo is working. That was one of the signs, among other things. So if you want to hear more about my health care and what I have gone through, then just look at my previous videos. So 2 days ago my hemoglobin had dropped to 7.6 units. So now I think the minimum normal hemoglobin level would be 11, and my hemoglobin dropped to 7.6 units. So that's, real low. So instead of getting the blood transfusion that I had last year, my doctor decided that this year we're going to try, at least for a while, something different. And there's something different, as you could already read from the title, I guess, that I've given to this. Let me see, what is it called? It's big. I think it's epoetin. Basically, it's EPO. Right, I made some notes. Let me see. Yeah, so, yeah, it's epoetin. I think that's how you pronounce it, epoetin alpha. So this is something that is man-made. drug, but actually your body also makes the same substance in your kidneys, and this specifically your kidneys make it, and let me see what it's called. It's erythropoietin, something like that. So basically it's something that your kidneys produce, right? So that it helps your bone marrow to produce red blood cells. So typically this EPO is given to people who have kidney failure, permanent kidney failure, and they have very severe anemia as a cause of it. But it's also given to cancer patients, because a lot of chemos, right, cause this issue where the red blood cells production is not what it's supposed to be, and so it's given to cancer patients. And that's what I got 2 days ago. So today is Saturday, and I got the shot midday of Thursday, so it has been 2 days. So how do I feel? I feel better. Right, so initially the day of the shot I felt very I basically didn't feel much different. I felt severe dizziness, which is one of the side effects of this drug, and the dizziness was very bad. Actually, before I got the shot, because of the hemoglobin was so low, so red blood cells basically carry oxygen to your different body parts, and if there's not enough red blood cells, the heart has to work harder, so your heartbeat goes up, blood pressure lowers, so just to kind of for the body to kind of deal with it. And when I went to go get the shot, when I was cold, I almost collapsed, because everything went dark, and I leaned on and held on to I think it was like a table. I just held on to it for a while, and then I waited until kind of things came back. Like I couldn't properly hear, I couldn't see, I just kind of held on, and they thought I'm going to faint, but I managed to not faint, because I don't want to faint in hospital. Then it's going to be code red, there's going to be 100 people around you, they're not going to let you do what you want to do, and don't let you go, they want to monitor you, etc, etc. So I really didn't want to collapse there. But what I'm saying is that my red blood cell count was so low at this point that I basically was ready to pass out, and so I really needed this medication. So I got the shot, and after that I didn't really feel any better. I had severe dizziness, I felt very weak, I didn't feel any way more energized. However, the next day, so that's yesterday, I started feeling a little bit better. My mom, when I talked to my mom said, well, you sound better. Because I talked to my mom through Gmail Hangout every day. She lives still in Estonia, I live in United States. So there's an Atlantic Ocean between us, and of course, because she's my mom and I'm so severely sick, she really worries about me. And I just need human help. I just need her comfort, and so we talk every day. And so she was able to compare between how I sounded Thursday morning versus how I sounded Friday morning after getting the shot on Thursday, and she said, yeah, you sound better already. Although I didn't really feel better, I did seem to have a swollen face, which I read later, swelling is also a side effect, but today I don't see any swelling. I don't feel that anything of me has swollen. I did notice severe increase in my appetite, like I was just ravenous. I just wanted to eat. I felt hungry, and that's just felt so hard to have actually appetite, because I haven't had appetite for a very long time now. I can't even remember when I last wanted or craved anything. That said, I actually have gained 10 pounds, but it's probably because I was so weak and I didn't really move. And even though I didn't really eat much, I still somehow gained weight. Also, I've read that some of the chemo medications actually lower your metabolism. So majority of the chemo medications increase your metabolism, and hence, and added to that, you don't want to eat anything. So a lot of cancer patients actually end up looking very like starved, skinny. But the exception is breast cancer chemos. Some of the breast cancer chemos actually lower your metabolism, so it's the opposite, and you end up gaining. So initially, 5-6 years ago, when I had that stage 2 breast cancer, I went through the chemo then. I also gained a little bit of weight, even though I think I ate less, but I also moved less, and also the chemo probably. So I lost the weight after I stopped having the chemo, and my energy came back. So yeah. So just that said, even though I didn't have appetite, I hardly ate anything, I managed to actually gain 10 pounds, which was kind of odd. I don't know, maybe it was a little bit of water weight, who knows what it was. I haven't weighed myself for a while. I don't know, I just don't want to think about the weight when I have this kind of issue, when I have this kind of very severe health issue. I don't want to like have end up with any kind of eating problems, basically. So I eat when I'm hungry, and if I don't want to eat, then I don't want to eat, and I don't want to think about food at the moment. But yeah, that's it. So yesterday I felt very, very hungry, and I did eat more than normal, but as the day progressed, I had more and more energy. I don't mean like a lot more, but I went from, like, for example, going up the stairs. We have a 2-story house, so normally I had now, when I went up the stairs, I was completely out of breath, and yesterday I noticed that I'm not completely out of breath anymore. So, small things like that. And today I feel even better, more energized. Now, that's it. Don't think that I feel like a superhuman, like, I want to do everything. So it's very slow progress. I also yesterday managed to go out for a little short walk, which had been, before I got the shot, completely impossible because I was just so weak, right? And it's all because of anemia, because the anemia was so severe. So yeah, like normally when I would get blood transfusion, the change would be like immediate. Like actually while I was getting blood, my face would get more like pinkish, the blood would come back to my lips. I would just already look more healthy, and yeah, when I left the infusion center having that blood, I already had energy. Like it was, so effect was immediate. With this drug, right, it's the opposite. It's just very, very slow. But my oncologist said that hopefully my hemoglobin level is going to go up as high as 10 units. It is something I haven't had over a year, so I'm hoping a lot of energy, which means that I could do so much with my life again, because I wouldn't be so incredibly tired. Because every time I had blood transfusion, the highest my hemoglobin would go is 9 units, 9 point something units, right? And then with the 2 months, it would drop to 7 units. And actually last time it took 3 months or 3.5 months to drop to 7 units. So basically things had improved, that the drop had slowed down, which was actually showed that the chemo is working in a sense that even though it itself was causing the problem, but at the same time it had been killing cancer, and the cancer effect had reduced, and so actually things were improving a little bit. Right. I also want to talk about the issues with this EPO. But before I do that, if you notice, I don't have any makeup on. So I thought that I'm also going to get ready because I need to go to do a little bit of grocery shopping. I feel like I have enough energy to go do grocery shopping. I haven't done for a while. So, because I was just so tired, like grocery shopping had become very, basically the lower my hemoglobin level would be, the harder things would be, and last month my hemoglobin really had dropped so low that even like something like grocery shopping had become very, very difficult. Right, so that's what I want to do today. And I thought before I go do that, I give a little bit of, do a little video, talk about my recent treatment, and also put makeup on, meaning do things done. So right, so I have lotion on, but now I'm going to do is I'm going to put a primer on. This is Primer Plus Radiance Broad Spectrum SPF 35 from Bobbi Brown. It's very good, very nice a primer under the foundation. I love this. I think it's one of the best ones. Especially love it that despite the fact that it has I'm looking my mirror because I want to actually see what I'm doing. Oh, I lost my mirror. I have to find it. So despite the fact that it has SPF, relatively high SPF, this primer is still very, very good. So it protects you, but also is very good as a primer, helps the foundation go on smoothly, helps the foundation stay on longer. So basically, it's a very good primer. I recommend it. But now, give me a second. I need to find the mirror. Where's the mirror? Oh, it's right here. It was behind pillow. Okay, I actually need a mirror. I don't want to use a camera to put on makeup because I just can't see it well enough. Right, we have primer on. Let's put on some foundations. This is foundation, something that I purchased recently, or actually not recently. I purchased this before I got this very severe depression bout. So this is Lancome Absolute Makeup, also SPF 20. It's here. It's the probably the the color is pearl, so basically as light as it can get. Okay, let me see. I'm using my beauty blender without making it wet. Let's see how it works. I think it should do. I think it still does this good job, even if I don't wet the beauty blender. Let me. Next, let's do my under eye area. Something I have to do every time because I look kind of unhealthy. My under eye area really is something that kind of gives away that I am a little bit sick. A little bit. Oh. But I do look sickly. Maybe in a camera I look a little bit better. But in real life, without the makeup, especially putting, so what is that? Corrector, I'm using it, Bye Bye. Corrector is my favorite. Without using that, I think people can tell that I am a little bit sick. And when I go out, I don't want people to think I'm sick. So it's a mandatory makeup part. Do I want to go out? Very, very, very few people know that I'm actually sick. I don't, like, nobody at work really knows. Especially in America, if you're like sick, it's something that, you know, it's held against you very, very severely, because there are 100 other people who would like to get your job, so you can't show in any way, shape or form that you are sick. Next I'm going to put concealer under eye from Tarte Double Duty Beauty Shape Tape. This is the famous beauty guru's Tati's favorite concealer. I don't think this is my favorite one. I think it is good enough. It gets the job done, but out of all my concealers, this is not like in any way better than the other ones. So I don't know. I guess everybody has a slightly different skin and how things work. So, you know, you never know. What somebody says is the best doesn't mean that it actually might be the best option for you. It's something I have learned. Next, oops, my mirror almost full. Next, I'm going to do my eyebrows. I like to use Shiseido Brow Kit. Where is it? Upstairs. Right, I'm using the lighter version. This guy. I use Anastasia Beverly Hills brush for it. It's a good brush. It gets everything done what I need, the way I need it to get it done. My brows get slightly thinner and thinner due to the chemo. So my chemo luckily is something that does not cause me to lose my hair, which I'm very, very grateful. But it does have effect on the hair in a sense that it does thin it. That's something I have noticed, that my hair is thinner, my brows, eyelashes, everything is getting thinner. Even the legs, the leg hair on my calves is getting thinner, which is something I don't mind. Where are the things? I'm going to use Fenty Beauty. A little bit more under eye. It's my third product that I'm going to use under my eyes, I feel. Right. It's a little bit overkill, but it's nice. Okay. Next, I'm going to use primer for the eyes. I'm going to use Bye Bye Eye Bond Primer 16 brand. Right. This is from Korea. Yeah. Made in Korea. Today I'm going to use Naked Eye Palette from Urban Decay. Right, let's see. Okay, now next I'm going to try today to do little wings with eyeliner. I'm not very good with that, but I feel like I should practice, get better with it. I don't know which one. Okay, let me show you. All of these are my eyeliners. I have gotten them mostly as samples when I buy something, or from beauty boxes, I don't think I bought a single one. I have to make a decision which one I'm going to use. I think I'm going to go with this Galactic Beauty Precise Eyeliner. Looks very black. Let's see. So next I'm going to put on from Fenty Beauty, it's this triple thing. Which one is, I think it's this one. Oh, jeez. That's, it's a very good product, but it has this problem of falling out. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of highlight, just a little bit. And I'm almost done with this. Put on translucent powder, loose setting powder from Laura Mercier that I do practically every single time. Just to set the makeup. And I'm going to put on some blush from Laura Keller. This is my favorite. I guess at the moment that's what I'm using, even though I have like, oh, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different blushes. I keep using this one. I feel like this is my favorite. I always put a little bit on, a little bit more on when I do my makeup. I put a little bit more blush on than maybe I should, but it falls off. And so let's say about 10 minutes it's going to look exactly the way I want it. So it does tend to fall off the blush a little bit. And what else? I still have to put on mascara, so I'm going to use a sample from Hourglass. Extreme Lash Mascara, right? So sample mascaras are absolutely fantastic because they still have the same size wand. I mean the wand tip, not the actual tail, but the tip is the same size. Oh, so you get basically, okay, no, I messed up. Basically get the benefit of having a big size one, but at the same time you don't have to worry about getting the mascara old before you end up using the whole thing. So yeah, this is, so basically when the mascara starts smelling, that's when you can tell that it's gone old. Mascaras are good only for, what does it say, 6 months, right? It's just unhygienic to use it longer. It's just not good. You shouldn't risk your eye health using old mascara, and also you should never share it, right? So I have a few more things I wanted to say about my treatment, the epoetin or EPO. It's actually the same drug that Lance Armstrong got caught. Basically he used illegal substance, something that sports people use to enhance their performance, but it's illegal. And that's something that Armstrong used and ended up losing all his 7 gold medals from Tour de France. So yeah, so if sports people use it, it must work in sense of giving me more energy. so I can actually, you know, perform, get stuff done. My house especially needs a lot of work because it's just cleaning house is like just such a physical work, and when I get very weak, I can't do it. I have so much laundry. I have 3 weeks worth of laundry to do. My daughter is already screaming at me. Mom, why are you not doing laundry? But the thing is, if I get so weak that I can't even, like, you know, get around and lift things, and this just getting through the day is enough work, then, you know, there's no way I can actually do enough housework or even getting close to it, right? And another thing I wanted to talk about EPO is, unfortunately, the risks. Unfortunately, and this is a huge unfortunate thing, is that it can make the tumor grow faster, the cancer grow faster, and it has shown, research has shown that it increases the mortality or reduces the amount of time you're alive, because it causes the cancer to grow sometimes. So we don't know how my cancer is going to work to it. I know that much, that 2017 the FDA found that the risks of using EPO in cancer patients are lower than the benefits. So because reality is that I couldn't really get more blood transfusion at this point, and without blood transfusion or EPO I would die, because my hemoglobin would just go so low that right, there's not enough oxygen in the blood to go around to all my organs, and my organs just would shut down one by one and I would die, right? And relatively short period of time. So I'm very grateful that EPO exists, that I can use it, but I am scared what will happen. We will see. I get a lot of tests done continuously. Actually, next week PET-CT is scheduled for me, and a week after that is MRI. I don't know if I'm going to go through this MRI. My palliative care doctor wants MRI to just get a very good idea of my whole body, so that she can see what kind of medication to give me, not give me, you know. But the thing is, I'm extremely claustrophobic, so there's no way I want to go into MRI, so I think I might cancel that one. Also, considering that I'm going to have to do PET-CT week before, you know, it's an overkill. But even just, so normally I get scans every 3 months to just see what the chemo is doing. Is the cancer the medication that fights the cancer, is it working? And addition to that, every month I get blood samples taken, and they keep an eye on the breast cancer tumor marker. So if it goes up, it means the cancer is going, goes down, it means chemo is killing the cancer, cancer is reduced in the body, right? Thank you for watching. If possible, leave a comment. It actually means a lot to me when you guys share your opinion. Maybe you have gone through the same treatment that I have gone through, or you know, maybe either the same chemo drug or use the epoetin, EPO shots. Maybe you know somebody, because at the moment I don't know what to expect. I'm a little bit scared about this. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye, have a good day.